Grand Rising, and welcome to Monday Morning Mindfulness. I'm your host, Zelda Speaks, and today we are discussing why your children can't write, barely read. Well, that's the topic of discussion this morning with our very own Mrs. Karen Allen of Mrs. Karen Allen Patty Cake. So we going back old school, y'all. So just hold on forward this video to somebody and let them know why your kids can't read. We're going to do something about that right here, right now. So you just stay close. We got you, girl. We got you. All you got to do is what? Listen and share.
Women have the power to transform this world. We can end crime and violence if we all agree to do one thing: share. Let's share our wisdom, share our time, share our talents, share our finances, but most of all, let's share our love. This is the Female Solution.
Is Monday morning a struggle to get out of bed into the swing of things? Well, don't worry, you are not alone. Join us for thought-provoking, stimulating, and mindful conversations on higher learning with Zelda Speaks for your Monday morning mindfulness sessions on Blog Talk Radio, The Female Solution, Mondays, 7 until 9 a.m. Be sure and send your ideas, thoughts, comments, and suggestions. Also, if you'd like to be a guest on the show, visit zeldaspeaks.com and send us your info. We'd love to have you. Experience mindfulness moments with the mindfulness/stress relief coach, Zelda Speaks. And thanks for sharing the mindfulness moment tip of the day. Stay on purpose, stay empowered, and stay tuned to your next session of Mindfulness on Higher Learning with Zelda Speaks. Make it a mindful day. And thanks for listening.
And thank you for joining us back here on The Female Solution. I'm your host, Zelda Speaks. And I know some of you are a little upset, just like I am, because it is ridiculous that our children cannot write. How will they sign a check? Oh, there will be no check. Oh, everything's digital. Oh, okay. Be sure and join me tonight, 5 o'clock, for the digital class, cryptocurrency. Anywho, there's something not right with that. And I think we need to do something about that. So we're going to do something about that today. My guest is Mrs. Karen Allen of Mrs. Allen's Patty Cake. Remember the little kids thing we used to say as kids? Patty cake, bake a man, put him in oven and roll him in the pan. Something like that. I don't know. Anyway, that's what we're going to be talking about today, because this whole system is coming down. You know it. I know it. They know it. So let's do something about it. My tea this morning, of course, is my African red bush. I'm learning how to roll my R's. Rooibos African bush red tea. It is simply delicious. It just soothes my soul. Happy birthday, born day. If you're celebrating a birthday, no, ain't nothing spiked in my tea. I'm just happy to be alive. If you're celebrating a birthday, we're celebrating with you. Shout out to my Big Wish buddies who all were there for the party. I couldn't be there because I had to be there and help my seniors, because I got some sick and shut-ins who can't get out. And if I don't come, well, when I leave the planet, somebody will come. But right now, I'm coming. Anyway, shout out to Trini, and a shout out to Margie, and a shout out to all my seniors. I forgot your name. Blame it to my head, not to my heart. Okay, happy birthday to you. Oh, let us be reminded, if you're headed out and about today, it's 12 degrees outside. You might want to stay inside. If you can't, you need to buckle up like 2 snowmen, because that weather is frigid. Don't go out if you don't have to. If you got to go start your car, that's another thing. If you on CTA public transportation, you need 3-4 pair of socks, 2-3 pair of underwear, long johns, 2-3 T-shirts, jackets, layers. You just dress in layers. That's what keep you warm. And be sure your head is warm. When your head and your feet is warm, your whole body is good. When it's not, you in trouble. That's all I got to say about that. And thank God it'll be 37 tomorrow, so I can go out the house, because I haven't been out the house since we fed our unhoused neighbors on Friday, which I'm going to be showing you a little later. But right now, it is time for your Monday morning mindfulness meditation. And this is the time that we spend alone at one with self, because if we don't do it, chances are it's not going to happen. So before we do that, we always like to do our ancestors salute, where we give thanks for those who came before us to make our way possible. And I totally forgot. If you are a business owner or entrepreneur and you have products or services to sell, then you need to be a part of iTex. And that means you need to stop paying cash for whatever you're buying and pay barter dollars. Thank me later.
If you're like most small businesses, despite your hard work and rave reviews, you struggle to find new customers or ways to grow your business. Accessing goods and services at the right price is also a challenge. But it doesn't have to be that way. Meet iTex, the small business trading community. As the largest barter network in the country, we help businesses like yours find new customers and grow their bottom line, and find advertising directed towards local families, which he pays for with, you guessed it. When you join iTex, you get access to valuable products and services in hundreds of categories, and we help you along the way with advertising, multiple directory listings, email blasts, trade director assistance, our convenient 24/7 iTex mobile app, and online access on itex.com today by visiting our website or email info@itex.com.
And be sure and tell them Zelda Speaks sent you. And you can get $100 and go shopping immediately. Oh, yes, you can. All you have to do is mention the promo code Zelda. Excuse me, always giving thanks to the ancestors, those who came before me to make my way possible. And that would be the one and only Mr. Richard Pregee, who decided to call me Zelda, because everybody was calling the radio station saying Zelma, Zella, Zelva, everything but. So thank you, Richard. All righty. It is time for your Monday morning mindfulness thought of the day. That comes from my brother. It's so powerful. Mike House says, I live fully in the presence of God. Life is not a destination or a prize to chase. It is the living presence of God available here and now. Daily routines can speed past and make everything like a race, feel like a race. When that pressure builds, pause and breathe. The present is the only place attention can truly rest. In this simple truth, awareness returns. Connection with self deepens. Compassion for others grows, and the heart senses the Holy Spirit close at hand. Life unfolds as you notice it, not as you outrun it. This is the grounded, awake way of living. You can choose a slower rhythm, take one steady breath, and let your shoulders drop. We're about to do that now. Give your full attention to the person in front of you and to the task at hand. Release anxious forecasting and unhelpful replay, and gratitude becomes your lens. Look for beauty in small things and let wonder reset your mood. Trust that you are exactly where you need to be, supplied with peace and clarity for the next step. Today, I embrace life as a sacred trust. I celebrate its movement within me, allowing it to guide me into deeper purpose, fuller joy, and greater thanksgiving. Thank you, life, in me, through me, as me, and around me, through the Christ within, and so it is. Hallelujah. Way. For him we live and move and have our being, as some of you wise men have said, for we are his kindred. And that comes from Acts 17:28. And that is your word for the day. I hope you enjoyed it. And I also hope that you are about to enjoy our Monday morning mindfulness. Salute to the ancestors. And before we do that, well, actually, this is part of the salute to the ancestors. And this is where we get the dirt. A little dirt. Yeah, we played in kids. We played in dirt as kids. Now we grown. We don't want to be bothered with dirt. You better get you some dirt, child. If you know what I know, and if you don't know, look it up. Documentary on trees, the power of trees, and all the same roots in the trees in the bottom of your feet. That's why you need to take your shoes off way outside walking. Inside too. You ain't hear from me. I ain't one to gossip. Ancestor salute. Let's give them some love because they here with us this morning. Yes, they are. Ancestor salute. We calling on them this morning. Thank you, Granny. Thank you, Grandpa Pitchfork. Thank you, Aunt Yenda. Thank you, Mama. Thank you, all those who came before and made our way possible. Oh, what would we do without you? Don't answer that. I'll shame. I'll shame. And so it is. Thank you for guidance, direction today. Because somebody going to come somewhere and try to rock our world. But we ain't having it because we're going to do what? De-stress with the breath, baby. Here we go. But before we do that, we always like to get a little something. Today we have lavender. Stressed out? Ooh, better get you some lavender and pour it on your bed. Just a couple of drops, because you might fall out. You don't want to do that because it's very potent. So all you need is one drop. Just one. Watch this. Just one. Bam. Come on. Oops, I got 1.5. See the other part dripped on my head. Okay. Ooh-wee. This will make a difference in your breathing, in your breath, in your living, in your thinking, in your being, in your having, in your doing. And you rub it all together. Yeah. What you gonna do with them essential oils? Child, essential oils are essential to your breath, to your breathing. That's why we inhale deeply. Oh, Lord have mercy. If you got some, please do it with me this morning. Because it is a heavenly experience. I kid you not. Hallelujah. And as you inhale and exhale with me this morning in this breathing pattern, I want you to keep in mind that your breath is all that you have. Because when the breath is gone, baby, you ain't got nothing. Okay, so let's do this. And from time to time, we're just going to breathe in and breathe out. From time to time, you'll hear this. That's just a reminder to get out of here, get out of your head, get to your heart. So let's go to the heart. Bam, 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 bam. Bam, 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 bam. Is it chicken? You in there, girl? Yeah, okay, you in there. Bam, 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 bam. Why the heart? Why not the heart? Why not the hands? Why not the arms? Inside, outside, upside down. Why you doing this, Elder? Because your lymph system has been asleep all night just like you have. That's why. And you need to do this. If you're not doing this, you're missing out. That's all I got to say. You're missing out, but you're not missing out because you're right here with me. So let's do it together. Inhale deeply. Bring those arms up. And then bring them down. Once more, inhale deeply. Bring those arms up. And let it out. One more time, inhaling through the nose. And exhale. Giving thanks for the power of the breath. We are always connected with the breath. So let us give thanks as we inhale deeply. And exhale, bringing your head forward. Bring your head down. Slowly bringing that head around to the left. And slowly bringing it around to the right. And back around to the front. Head up. Inhale deeply. And as you exhale, bring your head down, chin to chest, and slowly rotate that head around to the right. And around to the back. And around to the side. And back around to the front. Head up. Inhale deeply. And exhale. Now I want you to close your eyes and let's do 60 seconds of breathing in and out. In through the nose. Hold it and then blow it out. No, and you like that, huh? Let's do it one more time. Inhale, three short breaths. Hold it. And exhale. One last long inhale deeply. Hold it. And exhale. Giving thanks for the power of the breath. Giving thanks that we are always at the right place, at the right time, doing the right thing. And for this, we inhale deeply. And exhale. And let's repeat an affirmation. Inhale deeply. I am, two of the most powerful words on the planet. I am happy. What you waiting on? Say it out loud. What you looking at me for? I can't hear. Say what? I can't hear you. Okay, there you go. I am happy. Inhale that joy and blow it out. I am healthy. Say it with me. Come on. Don't be scared. Blow it out. Once more. I am whole and complete. Inhale deeply. And exhale. Now this time, let's take one long, deep inhale together. And as we exhale, let's bring our head forward and release as hard as we can all that negative energy that is stored up from yesterday and the day before and the week before and the year before, all that trauma. Let's leave it in the past as we inhale once more. Bring those arms up and stretch and stretch and stretch and stretch and stretch, just like a cat. Because that does wonders for the system. And we exhale and rotate those shoulders left and right and backwards and forwards. And we simply breathe in. And we exhale. And that is your Monday morning mindfulness stress relief. You can de-stress with your breath anytime, any place, anywhere. When folks getting on your last nerve and don't know the flavor of the Kool-Aid, you simply go and do this. Blow your breath in their face, and chances are you got a little garlic, little onion. You forgot to brush your teeth. Good for you. Just blow. I promise you, they will leave you alone. Okay? And that is your Monday morning mindfulness meditation. And I hope you will practice it when you are stressed out. And when you're not stressed out, practice it anyway, because it's going to come in handy when you least expect it. Thank you so much for joining us here on The Female Solution. It is now time for your Monday morning mindful messages that you do not want to miss. Right here.
What's up, guys? It's Osada, the host of the Gathering of the Griots podcast, part of the Female Solution. Want you to join us every Tuesday morning from 7 a.m. to 8 a.m. And guess what we do? We interview authors of the Soulful Chicago Book Fair. The books, the experiences, the lifestyles, all of it with fervor. So be there right on the Soulful Chicago Book Fair YouTube page or on the Female Solution Facebook page. We look forward to having you and all our literary essence.
Canaglobe, that is an organization that we have joined in order to raise funding for our projects, the homeless project where we help feed the unhoused, also for our teen talent contest. And they say, Zelda, you selling cannabis? No, we're not selling cannabis. If that's what you want, that's what you do. But I'm a senior. I have aches and pains. I don't know about you. So I got me some watermelon gummies. And I got some shrooms. I don't have them problems anymore. And it just makes my whole workload a whole lot easier. Because, we sit in chairs all day. We're not moving. And it is that lack of movement that causes more anxiety and inflammation in our joints, like our knees and hips and stuff like that. Anyway, I said all that to say this. If you would like to get more information on how to be a big part of that, you can always text me at 312-383-9749. Website, canaglobe.biz /Genesis 1. That is the website of my brother, Reverend Dr. Lawrence Lenoir, who introduced us to the Canaglobe family as a way to raise funds for the Higher Learning Network to help us feed the homeless, unhoused. When you've been saying that word all your life, you got to get used to the new way of thinking. Anyway, check out the site if you want to raise for funds for your organization. You can do that too, and you can also go to our blog, and I'll pull that up later. But right now, I want to welcome to the stage a sister I have been knowing since high school. You know what that means, right? That means I've been knowing her a few years, just a few. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome to the stage our very own Mrs. Karen Allen, who is the the author of Mrs. Allen's Patty Cake. Please put your hands together for the sister who is more concerned than anybody I know on how, excuse me, on how our children are not being taught how to write. We went to the Betty Shabazz International Charter School last semester to train our children how to do podcast training, and they couldn't sign in, and I was like, what the what? What you mean y'all can't write? Okay, all right. So I had to calm down. So that's why I have this sister here today. I've been knowing her since 1974. Welcome to the stage. Coming to the stage, my sister from another mister, Karen Allen. Welcome, my sister. Thank you so much for joining us this morning.
Good morning. Rise and shine.
Grand rising. Thank you so much for joining us here this morning. Because you are the teacher of us, of us all. I thought I was the teacher. Now, you have been teaching for how long? And where have you been teaching?
Actually, I started out tutoring and teaching after school, and eventually I became an educator. I went back and got my master's in education and special ed. I started out teaching fashion because that was my original background, but I had a daughter who learned differently. So I ended up going back and educating myself in order to help her and other children. And I noticed that they didn't write. And some of the writing curriculum was gone from our education system. So in my classroom, when kids got in trouble, guess what Miss Allen did? I created writing exercises myself because what I learned was certain kids had learning disabilities. I started out with my daughter, and then we had a lot of outdated instructions, overemphasis on comprehension and not writing. We had curriculum gaps. We had learning disabilities, lack of literacy, and some kids had hearing and speech problems, and they didn't practice writing at home, and it was crazy. Like I was like, wow, they don't know how to sign their names. They could print, but they did not write. So it became a cultural disconnection. So we created things starting in New York. I'm in New York. We started out, myself and my niece created a writing notebook starting with pre-K learners because it starts early. If they don't learn to exercise early, why would they continue to do so? And if it's not in school, it needs to be at home. They need to learn how to sign their checks and just write.
Yeah, but we were taught that as coming up, so we're used to that. But
Right.
they don't have a clue, and
Exactly.
and it is our responsibility as teachers, as parents, as elders to show them the importance, because your creativity comes from here to here, and
Yes.
you are allowed to connect with the nerve endings in your body where the juices flow from. You can't do that from a
Yes.
computer.
Yes. 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 And the
And they're trying
screen
to take it.
time is killing our kids.
Mhm.
They're mental, and they need to write. They need to journal. And one of the greatest things I learned when we got to third graders, they love to journal. So that became a writing exercise. Yes.
Really?
Tell your
Third graders?
story. Yes, and
How old are
kindergarten.
third graders? What was that? Five,
That
six,
would
seven?
be 6, 7, 6,
Okay.
7. And then in kindergarten, we used to write an exercise, good morning, boys and girls, and it would be a new sentence every day.
Oh,
Not
wow.
some days, every day. Today we will have science. Today we will have music. Whatever class they had extra besides the regular curriculum, we
Mm-hmm.
wrote it on the board and they had to complete that paragraph. They had to
Oh,
complete, and this is in kindergarten. So now here in New York, kids have to have learned from kindergarten how to complete a whole paragraph and tell a short story, you know, by the end
oh,
of kindergarten. Yes.
oh,
New York kind
okay.
of brought it back that way, you know,
Okay.
starting out with simple sentences
That
or
is excellent.
yes,
Excellent. And writing things that they like,
yes,
that they talk about, that they do, how they
yes,
play, how they think. Yeah.
yes,
And it connects us. See, because
yes,
this platform we're on, this divides us. Yeah, we're connected,
yes,
but
yes,
we're still divided. And
yes.
baby, there's power. There's power from
Mm-hmm.
here to there, to wherever you're going to put it. Wow.
Yes.
Thank you so much for having the courage, because I'm sure you probably at some point got a little static on why are you trying to teach our kids how to read? I mean, how to write. Did you ever?
Actually, in New York, it was not a problem. I was shocked.
Mm,
The only problem we noticed was when they came in as pre-K learners, there was no practice from kindergarten on. So we created that curriculum so that they could write every day. And then we have a lot of artists in New York, in the Bronx, Manhattan, and they have to study every museum. So then there was journaling, journal about your trip, write about your trip. You know, you an artist, though, so that was key. The journal was excellent idea. So Miss Allen also created a writing notebook so we could start with pre-K learners, you know.
well, that's where they start. And I've got the page pulled
Yes.
up here. I've got our blog. Let me scroll down so you can see it. It's tumblr.com, Higher Learning TV show. I'll put it up there in a second, but this is what you'll
Okay.
see, HLN Daily News, when you get there. And this is Mrs. Allen's patty cake. This is the writing notebook that she's talking about. I remember
Yes.
having one of these, Karen. I probably got one around here somewhere now. It just don't have that cover on it.
Right.
Because writing will help you keep your sanity. I'll put it like that.
Right.
Because when my
Exactly.
mom passed, I think I was 19 years old, and I felt so alone. I felt abandoned. But
Wow.
I wrote about it, and it helped me feel better. And
Yes.
it helped me tell my story about how I was feeling. You know, nobody cared, but
Yes.
still, I got it out of me. That's
You
the
got it
point.
out of you. Yes. And you know, I remember us in high school, you were an excellent writer, able to express yourself. We kind of had to catch up with you then, you know.
Yeah, yeah.
And later on, when I studied fashion, here in New York, they make you study all the museum and you have to write.
Oh,
But when I
wow.
got to that gap from preschool to kindergarten, that was the worst stage. And we're continuing to build so that our pre-K learners can learn right then as soon as they come in the classroom.
Oh,
Good morning, boys and girls. Today we will
awesome.
have gym. And we even have a sentence, you know, a blank line where they can express, what do you think about gym? What happened at gym? You know,
Oh,
different
okay.
things. Yeah.
I want to play just a few seconds of this video of patty cake, and for those who are old enough to know to remember, you'll remember. Here we go.
Patty cake, baker's man. Bake me a cake as fast as you can. Hey,
Patty cake, hey patty cake,
patty cake, baker's man. Roll it up as fast as you can.
hey patty cake,
Mm-hmm.
hey patty cake.
Jack be nimble,
Jack, be quick,
they said he jumped over the candlestick.
hey patty cake, hey patty cake,
Humpty Dumpty sat on the wall.
Hey, Betty. Hey, Betty. All righty. So y'all can go back and see the rest of that on your own because it's like 3, almost 4 minutes long. I don't want to take up all your time because I know you got other things to do, but I want you to see that. So go to our blog, HLN. There it is right there.
And
Tumblr.com.
also,
How you learn to teach.
yes, on YouTube, there's one with movement. So there's a little exercise on one. When you go to YouTube, you will see, everybody moving around. And I actually created that version of the song because my daughter was always hyper. You couldn't sing to her like patty cake, patty cake. You had to have some cadence. And I
Oh,
used to move around like I was running PT in the army, and that clap, she would be like, and she learned the song. So each kid learns differently. You got to
okay.
cater to them early. She's a
Okay.
good writer, and she's learned to calm down, and she actually works in film in an area where she has to write and create, or she has to draw, you know. So it helps. It helps early learning writing, and having the kids participate in these activities is very good. Even in fashion, I would tell the after school group that the kids have to read and write. They have to read the pattern. They have to write about what they want to design. So let's get them there. If
Okay.
it's music or whatever, let's get them there.
Okay, so they can go to YouTube and type in Mrs. Allen patty cake, and all of this will
Yes.
pop up, so they can go and
Yes.
see.
The
Yeah,
version with the numbers
yeah.
is the one that actually moves. You see the movement? Yeah.
Is that right there? Yeah.
Yes. Yeah.
I want that, so we gonna get out of there because we ain't playing nobody's. And we will be right back after this message, so you can call. And we got some comments too, so let's go. We'll get those comments as soon as we come back. But right now, we're gonna take a break, and we'll be right back.
Latifah, and you're watching ZTV on the Higher Learning Network. Put your hand back.
Stress, especially as it relates to worry. I was once a worried about everything, and I finally figured it out with some training periods, and I've learned how not to worry. And you can learn how not to worry too. Sale is still on how not to worry, how I reverse type 2 diabetes, and stress relief home practice manual. All of those are available for gifts, birthday presents, holiday presents, all of that, and then some. And you can go to my blog and see that. That's zeldaspeaks.wordpress.com. If you have been stressed out, want to be stress-free, I've learned how to stop worrying. I can't believe I learned on my own by trial and error. I didn't go to any education, got no education from no institution. This is 70 years of life experience. And I was like, oh, is that simple? All I had to do was retrain my thinking. Oh, okay, I can do that. Anyway, there's lots of information here. Lots of information. There's Mrs. Allen, but as you scroll on down, you'll see the mindfulness stress reduction home practice manual. Because if you're not willing to do the work on yourself,
Right.
you're never gonna be at peace. There's Asada. There's a ton of other information, but that's the information that you want that will help you get to where you need to be. And everything is on sale for $9.99. Are you out of your mind? Yes, yes, yes. I am inside my mind, and you can go to Cash App and get there too, because you can find out everything. This is my therapy. Y'all just get a hold of my therapy. That's all. You see what I went through. So if you got Cash App, Zelda Speaks, Venmo, Higher Learning Network, NFP, and email zeldaspeaks@gmail.com and PayPal, Higher Learning NW@yahoo.com. And I also have to remember to bring up our QR code. There it is.
Right.
So
Nice.
all you have to do is scan that little code right now, and it'll take you right there to the website. How about that? And that P is for PayPal. That's nothing else. So that's all.
Okay.
You need not be worried about that. Okay. So I just thought I'd share that with you. But in the meantime, in between time, let's get back to the story and the comments from the story. If you'd like to comment, please do. We'd love to hear what you have to say. Michelle Pearson 2967 says, "Me, how do I be a part? What are you trying to be a part of, my sister? Please let us know." And she also says, "Grand Rich Rising, millionaires persons, yellow podium blue." I don't know what that means, but I'm sure you will tell me. Is this Michelle from Spectacular Academy? If it is, girl, you know what's going on. Michelle says, "Start where you are, use what you have, and build what you've been called to steward." Amen. It's simple, sharp, and aligned with your leadership energy. Amen. And there's my girl, Karen. She had to step away for a minute, but
Oh,
she's
my
right here
signal
back.
dropped.
Yeah, I see you. Yes, thank you. Thank you for that, Michelle. Start right where you are, because we have a tendency to compare ourselves to others. Well, they're doing that, and I'm not doing that. That's not your calling. Your calling is what you're doing. So keep
Right.
doing what you're doing.
That's right.
And we'd love to hear what you have to say. Reverend Dr. Lawrence Lenoir says, "Release all that anxiety and negative thoughts. Release, 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 because it all begins with the breath. All the stress
Yeah.
that you have in your life,
Mhm.
we have in our lives. It ain't just you, it's all of us. Everything can be calmed down with the power of the breath, but we're not in the habit of practicing. And that's where we got to go within. You got to get quiet. You got to turn off everything. And if you can only do it for 60 seconds till you get up to, I don't want to put a number on it, whatever works for you, as long as you get some
Right.
quiet.
Right.
But you
Exactly.
need at least 5 minutes. You need to get up to 5 minutes and just sit there. If you don't do nothing but breathe, just
Right. Yes. Agreed.
so all you gotta do is breathe. And
Yep.
ancestors, they sitting right here, right now, waiting on you. But you're too busy because you're on this and you're on this. So when this is over with, just turn it all off for 5 minutes and do some inhaling
Yes.
and some exhaling. And we thank you for doing that, because we would not be here without you. So thank you very much. We appreciate you. And we thank you for liking and subscribing while you're there, and share it, because everybody needs this information. Okay.
Right.
So that's breaking news. Your children are entitled to the very best. And Karen Allen, Mrs. Pattycake, has the best for you. Because if it worked for her daughter, who
Yes.
was it called? What was it? Special, what
She
they
had
call it?
that.
Special needs or special ed or something like that. And
She learned differently,
she
and she
learned
had an
differently.
anxiety disorder.
Oh yeah, because you
Yeah.
also have another book called "The Girl Who." Yeah, I
Who
printed it
learned
out.
differently.
The girl who
Yes.
learned, and I was like, "Where was this at when I was a kid?" And they can go to your Instagram page too. I did show that. Yeah, where
Okay.
was where was that? Where was that at when we were kids? That nothing like that
You
was
know,
available,
well, we
because the
had a
school
special
system.
village in our families.
Say
We
that,
got
girl.
together on Sundays. Like I was left-handed, but I had the Lower North Center. We had our dance group. We had Waller. We had many clubs as we grew up. We had
Mhm,
villages. We had
mhm.
everything. So we didn't miss out on a whole lot because we had those villages. Now they still exist, It's up to us to put our children there. I made sure that my daughter had what I had and more, because it was an older doctor. When she was very hyper in fourth grade, they cared enough to tell me, don't you put her on them pills. She had drumming, she had activities. I have no prejudice, but this was an older white guy. He said, When I gave her test, and she saw the brain had blue and red blood, and it showed blue. She said, well, if that's blue, why does it come out red? He said she might annoy other people because she's very intelligent, but you have to channel her in. She's very active, so people don't want to be bothered. Get her calmed down by activities. She had to learn how to swim. She had drumming. And a matter of fact, when she was young, you take her out there running, and she'll keep running like Forrest. She'd be like, stop, run, why are you running? Oh, it's so much fun. She had to get that out. She had to get all that out, and she became basketball player. She did a lot of stuff. And actually, even as an adult, she brought her friends to New York. I was like, you guys, did you see Queens? And they was like, no, she walked us everywhere. It's exciting to her. She still got a little bit in her as an adult, but you have to channel in when they're young. Listen to them. If they're too active, there's a reason. They need something else to do.
Okay.
Channel in.
Okay. And while you're channeling in, I need you to tilt your screen just a little bit
Okay.
because we looking at
There
the
we go.
ceiling and we need to see you.
Okay. I'm
Any
sorry.
other comments? We got a couple of comments here. Naima Latif, the executive director of the Female Solution. Dr. Latif says schools create anxiety. You ain't never lied. In children by the way teachers are always subjecting them to public ridicule if they don't know the answers to a question. That's why kids won't raise their hands when they don't know. They're afraid to speak up because they'll be ridiculed if they
Mm-hmm.
do. If
Yes.
they sit in this wrong, do you know how much shame?
Right.
And they carry that shame with them all through the day, all through the school year, and throughout life. We still have shame. Who doesn't remember a bad day in class
Mm-hmm.
where you were called on and you were made to feel about this big because you had the wrong answer or no answer at all?
Right.
That trauma still lives inside us.
Yes.
So
Mhm.
how do we get that trauma out? You got it. You better believe it. We got to write about it, baby. We got
Yes.
to journal. That's what the journal is all about. If you have not taught your kids, if you have not sat down and had a conversation with your children about teaching them how to write, don't feel bad. We're not here to condemn you. We are here to help you.
Yes. Promote
We are,
change. Yes.
because this is what you need to do to start the process of having them put their feelings on paper. Because see, right now they're stuck on the computer with the thumb at.
Yes. Yes.
So how do we tell parents that who have children who are in elementary school and they don't write? How what's the next step?
Writing journal. Even if they start out drawing, you have kids who will express themselves in drawing. Teach them from that picture. What are you saying in this picture? How can I help you? 30 minutes a day. Start out at home, and then they will catch on. They catch on quick too, Zelda. I
Mm-hmm.
mean, they would be so excited about us writing good morning. We had to come up with it for every day, a new sentence, because it was like, good morning, boys and girls. Write that down. Today we will have, and then when they come back from the class, what did you learn? What did you do at gym today? It starts right there, you
Yep.
know. And when they come home, how was your day? Let's talk and write about your day. They will express it.
Mm,
They will
mm,
share. They will
mm,
share. That's the beginning right there.
mm.
They will express it.
And they're not afraid to express it. I love it. And the thing that we've got to do, excuse me, I learned this from teaching podcasting classes, is not to tell them that it's wrong, but that there's a better way to do it. The
Yeah.
children taught me that. And I'm supposed to be there teaching them. The children taught me that. So I say this to parents, don't beat yourself up about it because you didn't know. You didn't know, you didn't know. But now that you know, it's time that you do something about it. And where can they get this at, Karen?
Oh, actually, we are out of the workbook now, but it will be back in force by Wednesday.
All
Okay,
right.
because
And
I
they
go ahead.
no, where will they go to get it?
They will go online. It'll be at Lulu's, and it'll be in the form of an ebook.
Okay.
Everything will be up, and I'll send you every bit of the new site we're gonna add to it, and you will be able to send it out. You
Good.
put it
And
right on your site, and it'll be there forever.
wonderful. And I will put that up on our blog, which is tumblr.com, higher learning TV show.
Hmm.
And I will have that information for you. There it is right there. And then now we are going to take our last break, and you can make comments and I'll be back to get them. But we're going to take a break here and we will be right back. If you're not growing your own food, do you really know what you're eating?
As you can see in the bottom left-hand corner, there are my seedlings.
And they're getting light and they're growing. And this is my tower garden by Beautiful. And as you can see, the water's coming down right in there. And as soon as the other seedlings grow, they'll be able to get daily water too. So no, I don't have to be concerned with the outdoor garden because I have an indoor garden. And the seedlings are growing. And this is the lights because there's no sun outside today.
And you're watching CTV on the Higher Learning Network. Yeah. Hi, I'm Brandon. Hi, I'm Akil. And you're watching the Betty Shabazz podcast training on the Higher Learning Network. Yeah. Hi, we're the Productive Edge team, and you're watching the Higher Learning Network.
Here on The Female Solution, I'm your host, Zelda Speaks, and I'm joined by Karen Allen, author of Mrs. Allen's Patty Cake. Patty cake, bake a man, put him in the oven, everything you can. Did I get that right? I don't know. I probably did. It's been so long. Anyway, thank you so much for sharing this video today and for sharing your comments as well. As we go back to the comments, it says, Viada's Tiny House Village, my sister from another mister says, yes, I had a diary at a young age, and that was the start of my writing career. 4
That's right.
books later, it's a hobby. Amen.
Mm-hmm.
Say that, my sister. You know what? I never thought of, how did I not think of that, Viada? Because me writing as a kid was my way to get the pain of my mother being of leaving me at an early age. So that's when I began to journal. And now that I think, well, I forgot I had a journal as a kid too. Hi, how you gonna forget that? Well, you forget a lot of things. So keep living, you'll forget some of that too. Anywho, that journal is so important to have them just to write how they feel. And if they can't put how they feel on paper,
Mm-hmm.
oh, you are headed for a long life of pain and trauma because you haven't learned how to release all that energy.
Right.
It's like when you see people and their legs be shaking or they can't sit still, that's energy that needs to come out.
That's
That's why
right.
we do the jumping and the tapping and all of that this morning because that energy has been there and it's been stuck and it needs to move.
Yes.
And if
Yes.
it's not moving
Agreed.
one way or the other, it's gonna. If it doesn't come out through writing or clapping or moving or shaking or dancing, it's gonna come out as anger. The trauma is gonna come out. So just know that. Keep that in mind. What do you say to parents who who just don't have the time. I ain't got time to teach these kids. I got to go to work and pay these bills. What do you say to them, Karen?
Well, what you say to them is make time. 5 minutes matters. Make time. Yeah, I left my job. People thought I was crazy because I worked in the fashion industry. But once the older guy, I'll never forget, and the teacher, her fourth grade teacher, said that Alicia would finish her work and she said, don't do anything but read. And she'd be like, I already read. And she would get up and go to the computer. So the teacher discovered, like, I'll give her a journal and she would write and draw. And she brought it to my attention. Like, look, she's very smart, but the class has to catch up with her. She finishes her work early and she's bored. And she introduced me to the older doctor who was an older white man. And he said, no, she's very smart. She needs something to do. He said, even the violin, even an instrument. Alicia ended up playing the piano and the drums, the African drums.
Really?
And really, she had track, running, and she had a lot of stuff. But here's the catch. If parents need to know, once you find that activity, I can guarantee you she was asleep at 8:30. She was done.
Wow.
She was done. I didn't have to worry about it. I just had to wait, because I was sewing at the time. So I waited for 8:30 dinner. I didn't even have to worry about it. She was out.
Oh,
out for the count. Yes.
Wow. What? Who knew? And she's a little genius because she's been working on movie scripts, on films, not movie scripts. She's been working on films for a very long time.
11 years now as a grip. She worked on Tulsa King. She worked on Twister 2. She worked on Law and Order, The Good Wife. Many things right here in New York. And New York is an amazing place for artists. She attended Lehman College when she did her sports. And then later, she went to Brooklyn and she trained to be a grip and Made in New York. Totally free. And Zelda, when her graduation was so beautiful, this program was created by Bloomberg, and they were kids there who had Tourette's, who learned differently. And you could see at the graduation, they couldn't be still, but when they got ready to show their art, there was a calmness. When they got ready to show their work, there was a calmness. All of them learned differently. It was only 12 when she graduated.
12?
12. In this program at the time, they take small groups. And if they learn differently at that time, Alicia was in that group because Alicia was, hyper. And each one of them, you could see, they showed their art or what they finished the class with. And you could see, for her, she was waiting to give her presentation. And you could see the guy who had the Tourette's, he was nervous, but it all stopped.
Oh, wow.
When he showed his work.
Wow.
So you have to tap into their mind.
Yeah, and bring out that confidence because they have it. By the time you get to be an adult, you're already
they can be anything
abused.
They want. And I mentioned to my dentist, I was going to share about her. She has Tourette's. I was like, how is she going to create my cap? She get ready to create that art, that cap. Calmness.
Wow, I love
Excellent.
It. I love it. Where were these teachers, doctors when we were coming up? They didn't. They existed, but they were afraid to speak out. So somebody has to speak out for them, just like someone has to speak out for those who are in need, those who are out there in this frigid weather on the ground. Do you hear me? This brother here, he's our very first stop every day that we go out because he's on the ground. And it just hurts my heart to see people out here in this cold when there's so much freaking money here in this city, in this country. No one has. I'm sorry, I digress. I go there, but I just had to show them. This is what we do, why we do, and I just want to show you. There's a ton of other videos here, but there's one of them. That's the food that we made for them, and there's a video. What we do. We go out. We don't care what the weather is.
Make sure we have more blankets.
I forgot we got. Do you need any blankets? We got lots of blankets. Thanks to Mrs. Deborah
That's
Smith.
awesome.
Blankets in here.
Thanks to Deborah Smith. Thank you,
Thank you for Move Around with Deborah. If it wasn't for you, we would not have had those blankets. So thank you for all that you do, viewers and listeners here who have a heart, who are merciful, and you want to share your blessings as you go shopping for Christmas. When you go to Dollar Tree and get something, get a pair of socks, get a bottle of water, get something. Just get something to give somebody, because that's the trick.
Yes.
So as you give, so as you receive. And also, if you want to receive more here on the Female Solution, if you have a product or a business that you would like to share, then this is the place that you can share it with. All you have to do is email naima.thefemalesolution@gmail.com, and she will get back to you and help you put together a promo.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, help you get a promo. Okay, so there it is. Like to have your business promoted on the Female Solution radio show with 20 times a week. Inbox naima.thefemalesolution@gmail.com. I want to thank you so very much, Karen, for being here with us today, for having the heart to share your story about your challenged daughters, and how they've used these instruments that you've designed to help others be the very best that they can.
Yes. Thank you for having me.
Thank you for writing it. This the journal, because we all need one. I don't care how old you are. I don't care how young you are. You deserve the very best. And this will be available on our blog. I will post the information so that everyone can see it, because everybody deserves, all of our children deserve to be able to tap into their power.
Yes.
And on that, you want to give us a closing thought?
Yes. My favorite scripture, and I have an affirmation and a scripture. Hope deferred makes the heart sick, but a longing fulfilled is the tree of life. And then when you look at hope, the letter H, O, observation, P, perseverance, and E, educate yourself. There are some people who don't believe in biblical readings, but mostly everybody understands affirmations. So you have hope, and I have those shirts too. I will post it and send you one also. Hope is so important for everyone to have hope. Amen. And let the children start to have hope early, please.
Amen. Yep. And you can go to our YouTube channel, like and subscribe while you're there, and you will see updates as Karen sends them to me, and you will also see them on our blog. I want to thank you so very much, Karen, for being here with us.
I love it.
And sharing your blessings. And we will see you all back here tomorrow at 7 a.m. sharp for what? Gathering of the Griots. All things Black literary, baby. What a side you need to know. And tonight at 5 o'clock is cryptocurrency training education.
Okay.
If you don't know, now you know. Be sure and share this video with somebody. You'll be glad you did. Thank you. Stay on purpose, stay in power. I'll see you in the morning.
We've come to the end of our show today. If you missed any broadcasts, go to our website for the audio and video archives at www.thefemalesolution.com. On behalf of our team of radio hosts, I'd like to thank all of you who participated in today's discussions. And to our global family joining us from all around the world, we say thank you. To our family in China, xie xie. India, Dhanyavad. Japan, arigato. Korea, kamsamnida. Russia, spasiba. Germany, danke. Poland, dziękuję. France, merci. Spain, gracias. Italy, grazie. Egypt, shukran. Ghana, madasi. Nigeria, eshe. South Africa, Ngiyabonga. Senegal, Jaref. Kenya, Asante. Israel, Toda. Pakistan, Shukriya. Afghanistan, Tashakur. Saudi Arabia and Palestine, Shukran. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuhu. Thank you, and may peace be upon you and the mercy of God and God's blessings.
Oh, what a beautiful morning. Oh, what a beautiful day. I got a wonderful feeling. There's a handsome man coming my way. Oh, there is a handsome man coming my way. Hi there. What's your name?
Hi.
What's your name?
Aquarius. My name is Tony. And what I want you to do for me is if you have Xfinity TV, tune in to the Higher Learning Network Tuesdays at 6 p.m., Wednesdays at 1 p.m. Xfinity TV channel 19.